What if I told you that a single, simple action this August could potentially double your harvest next year? No, it's not magic, nor is it expensive chemicals. It's an ancient agricultural practice, unjustly forgotten. This single action has the power to transform tired, depleted soil into a true wellspring of fertility. Today, we're going to reveal that secret. You'll learn exactly what to do, how it works, and why it's far more effective than many modern fertilizers. It's August. The harvest is nearly complete, and garden beds are starting to empty. For many gardeners, the temptation is to simply leave everything as is until spring, thinking, let the soil rest. But that's precisely where the biggest mistake lies. Imagine your soil as an athlete who's just run a marathon. It's exhausted. It doesn't just need rest. It needs proper recovery and nutrition. If you don't provide that, next season, it simply won't be able to produce good results. And August is precisely when we can kickstart its complete rejuvenation. So, what's the big secret? As is often the case, the most brilliant solutions are surprisingly simple. It's the planting of what we call green manures, or as agricultural experts know them, cover crops. Don't let that technical term intimidate you. Simply put, green manures are helper plants. We don't sow them to harvest berries or vegetables. We sow them for the soil itself. They're a living green fertilizer, a brilliant concept nature perfected long before we ever did. So, who are these heroes? The most popular and proven champions of this green revolution include white mustard, phacelia, oats, rye, and vetch. They grow incredibly fast and are very low maintenance. Their mission? To quickly transform an empty garden bed into a lush, green oasis. Picture this. It's late August. Your garden beds, having given up their bountiful harvest, aren't sitting bare and sad under the autumn rains. Instead, they're covered in a vibrant emerald carpet of young, thriving plants. Beautiful? That's an understatement. And most importantly, it's incredibly beneficial. Bare soil, you see, is like an open wound for your garden. The sun bakes it dry, autumn downpours compact it, and its precious nutrients are easily washed away or blown off. And of course, weeds will happily take root in those empty spaces, leaving you with a big battle come spring. Green manures, on the other hand, do the exact opposite. They blanket the soil with their living cover, shielding it from all manner of threats. Their primary mission is to quickly build up as much green mass and a powerful root system as possible. They are our temporary workforce, diligently performing the vital task of revitalizing tired, depleted soil. But how can simple grass achieve such amazing results? There's no magic here, just pure biology and physics at play. Let's delve into the mechanics of this process. The process unfolds in two distinct phases: what happens underground and what happens on the surface. Let's start with the roots. The root system of cover crops acts as a natural plough. Thousands of thin yet incredibly strong roots penetrate compact soil. They make it loose and porous, much deeper and more gently than any shovel or rototiller ever could. These roots create a vast network of microscopic channels and pores. Through these, air and moisture will easily reach the roots of your future vegetables in spring. The soil begins to breathe. Next, we turn to what's above ground, the green foliage. Once the cover crops grow tall enough, we mow them down and simply leave them on the garden bed. And that's when the feast begins for the soil dwellers. This lush, green matter becomes a luxurious meal for earthworms and billions of beneficial microorganisms. As they process it, they create humus, that very black gold, the most valuable nutrient source for plants. And here, we'll debunk a popular myth that you absolutely must deep till your entire garden in the fall. Deep tilling, on the contrary, destroys this delicate soil structure, kills off beneficial helpers, and brings weed seeds to the surface. Cover crops, however, heal and restore the soil gently and naturally, just as nature intended. Okay, but how do you pick the right cover crop for your specific garden? After all, not all green manures are created equal. Each one, you could say, has its own unique superpower and specialization. The choice really depends on what specific problem you're trying to solve. Let's take a look at the most common scenarios. If your biggest headaches are pests, like wireworms, or diseases such as blight, then your best friend is white mustard. Its root secretions literally disinfect the soil and deter many unwelcome guests. It's a true garden cleanser. Now, if your plot has heavy, dense clay soil, the kind you can barely get a spade into in spring, then you need plants with a powerful root system. Winter rye or oilseed radish are excellent choices. Their roots act like tiny drills, penetrating deep to loosen and structure even the most compacted earth. Or maybe you have the opposite problem. Poor, sandy soil that struggles to retain moisture or nutrients. In that case, legumes like vetch, peas, or lupine are your go-to. They have a unique ability. They can capture nitrogen directly from the air and store it in nodules on their roots, effectively enriching your soil. So, before you rush off to the store for seeds, just take a good look at your soil and ask yourself, what does it need most? Is it aeration, nourishment, or healing? On your screen right now, you'll see a simple guide to help you make your choice. And now, for the most exciting part, the moment that changes everything. Did you think that by planting cover crops, you were just fertilizing the soil? In reality, you're creating a living, breathing organism right in your garden beds. The roots of cover crops are millions of microscopic channels that make the soil loose and airy like fluff. They literally pull oxygen and moisture up from deep down, making them accessible to future crops. But here's the real game changer. When you cut down the green material and leave it on the garden bed, you're essentially throwing a feast for earthworms and beneficial microorganisms. They process this greenery into the most valuable humus, nature's gold for your plants. You're not just adding fertilizer from a bag, you're making nature itself work for you, restoring the soil's natural fertility. You're not feeding it, you're healing and rejuvenating it. And here's the result. Just one action in August, planting cover crops, and by spring, your soil won't just be rested. It will be alive, structured, full of nutrients, and ready to give you a harvest you never dreamed possible. Thank you for watching this video until the end. If you learned something new and useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other gardening secrets. Have you tried planting cover crops? Which ones? And what were your results? Share your experience in the comments below. Let's discuss it together.